Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see dominos.com/rewards or call Domino's.
Papa John's is proud to provide this week's meal to the hardworking Friday Night Football crew at Community Access Television. While watching the big game, don't forget to order your freshly made pizza at papajohns.com.
Hello and welcome out to Week 6, can you believe it, of Friday Night Football here on Salina Media Connection. I am one of your hosts, Colin Crowder, alongside my partner, Charles Ross, as we bring you, as we said, Week 6 of action between the Salina South Cougars and the Hutchinson Salthawks. Salina South coming in with a record of 1-3, playing one less game than their opponents, and most of the state of a game being canceled against Derby. Lost last week, 58-13 to Mays. And the Salthawks with a good start to their season, coming in at 4-1. They lost last week to Andover 14-7. Not to say it has any expectations, though the Salthawks a few weeks ago did beat the Mays South team that you may have seen here a few weeks ago on Salina Media Connection, who really just took control of Salina South, ended up having a running clock in the second half. Salthawks beat them by 1 a few weeks ago. And Hutch has won the toss. They will defer to the second half, and Salina South will get the football first. We anticipate to see quarterback Weston Freeze and running back Brant Cox today, as they both missed time last week against Mays.
Well, this Cougar team looks like it's fired up from the beginning of the game. And it looks like the Salt Hawks are coming out with just the attitude, we're going to take care of business.
And they've certainly done that 4 out of the 5 weeks so far. Yeah, it looks like our place kicker for the Salt Hawks will be number 91, Alejandro Martinez. And it looks like the Cougars will have Jackson Hayes back there deep with Owen Bully and then Brant Cox at around the 15-yard line. And I think we're just waiting for the final seconds on the clock to tick down before they officially get this underway.
Use your blockers!
Kickoff formation for Hutchinson, number 91, Alejandro Martinez. Back deep here for the Cougars, number 7, Jackson Hayes.
Alejandro Martinez just listed at 5'6", and he will start it off, and that's going to be a line drive right to Brant Cox. Going to take it back middle of the field. Has a running lane if he gets it going, and still on his feet. Then they're taken down at about the 41-yard line. So good return for Brant Cox. Give the Cougars some really good starting field position.
First down and 10 Cougars at their own 41-yard line.
And it is number 12, Weston Freeze, with Brant Cox in the backfield. And they're going to start it off on a pass here. Freeze going to look deep for Schreiber. And their Coach Sellers puts his hands up, but didn't really see any path that Schreiber was going to be able to get back to that ball.
Instead of running for the ball, he was looking more for a call.
He really was. Yeah, you can kind of see, I don't want to say he 100% quit on the route, but he definitely tried to just throw his hands up in the air. Wasn't really trying for it, but now the Cougars will go 2 receivers on each side. Jackson Hayes going to be in motion. It's going to be a give to Brant Cox. Going to get the edge a little, and it'll be spun out of bounds. Maybe give him the 49, maybe the 50-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him at the 49. Cougars look like they're going to hurry this up. It's going to be 3rd and 2. And a little bit of a hard call there to get some Salt Hawks to jump. Doesn't work. They're going to get the play from the sideline. Handoff, Brant Cox, good. No, not there. I thought you had some good blockers out in front, but they might give him the the 49 on the opposite side. Had some
first down.
He had some good blocks, though. Then a Salt Hawk kind of flew in there to try and make the stop, but they did get enough yardage, they say, for the first down. It'll be a new set of downs for the Cougars.
Boy, that was an awful close one.
That was pretty close. Zachary Davidson, bottom of your screen. Jackson Hayes going to be in motion again, and they're going to actually send him in motion, throw it out to him, and he's going to get some blockers and going to pick up a good 5 yards on first down. They officially give him the 45 of the Salt Hawks. Colin Schreiber will be the inside receiver, and they will swing it out to him, but he just drops it. And they do call that a forward pass incomplete. Those are really dangerous. You got to make sure you throw that out in front It could be disastrous if you throw it behind the line.
He's got to catch those, too. I mean, there was nobody around him. That would have been a definitely first down.
Had 2 blockers and the whole width of the field almost. Yep, 3rd and 6. Freeze over the middle. They catches that one. Colin Shriver for the first down. 9-yard pickup, moves the chains. Cougars going to line it up quick. And it's going to be a handoff, Brant Cox, but he's going to be met in the backfield.
Maybe a yard.
And maybe had a loss of 3, but was able to spin his way for only a loss of 1.
Cox, loss of 1 yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 11.
So the first negative play or so for the Cougars tonight.
Doesn't look like the Salthawks are giving up very much ground on the run.
Freeze has good protection, throws over
That's
the
a
middle.
man.
Got Brant Cox.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Cougars.
Looks like they're back for the extra point.
Kick up and
Good.
Good. So a really nice start there.
That was a
for
quick
the
strike.
Cougars. Got Brant Cox over the middle of the field. Great throw. Great catch. And just had to kind of jog his way into the end zone after that. Especially on that drive, the Salthawks really not playing up on any of the South receivers. Granted, Cox on that play coming out of the backfield, but even just looking at the plays that South wants to swing it out, they're really giving, Salthawks defenders are really giving a lot of space to the South receivers so far.
Well, I think that the Salthawks are more so playing the run. And if you've noticed, they've only gained a couple of yards on most of the time on the run. But that may change now.
Looks like Hayden Budke will be the one for the first kickoff for the Cougars. 9:09 left in the first quarter. Cougars up 7-0. Budke's kick is gonna bounce right on the hash marks and really just dies, and give him a few more yards on that. Would have been a fantastic kick. I thought off his foot that was no doubt gonna go out of bounds, but it was pretty close. But I mean, we've seen South do that. We've seen Central do that. I mean, do you take that risk if you can get that to die around that kind of no man's land? I mean, granted, you're giving them the 35, but it seems like both coaches, Sambo and Sellers, are willing to kind of give up those yards if they can take a chance and get that ball to die. Well, regardless, Miles Thompson is going to be in there for the Salthawks, and will be a handoff.
Wow,
first down, powerful run, but stopped after a gain of 6.
Did you see that hole? That hole was wide open. I don't know. In my old age, I probably could have ran through that hole.
Yeah.
That hole was wide open.
It certainly developed pretty quickly. And on
That
second
day,
down,
they don't
this
go
one will be
anywhere.
stopped at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Salthawks.
Thompson for no gain. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Let's go,
This offense, I would expect another run here. And Thompson's going to keep it and will be stopped short of the sticks. Maybe give him a yard and a half on that one, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that time he should have really pitched it because the man on the outside was wide open. If had he pitched it, he would have went around for the 1st down.
And just like that, it looks like Salt Hawks going to go for it here on 4th down. Maybe trying to see if they can get any Cougars offsides before they snap it.
No.
It's going to be a handoff. 28 again, met right at the sticks. And bounced off. And
He
kept
got
going.
the 1st down and more.
Initially hit, but did not get him down. McEwen with a powerful run there brings up a new set of downs for the Salt Hawks, 1 yard away from midfield.
Well, I believe when he got hit, he had the 1st down at that time anyway.
I agree too.
It's an option.
Pull from Thompson, but then gonna get
He
hit.
goes nowhere.
But they'll give him a yard. Kind of thought I saw that ball move a little bit, and especially when your quarterback gets stood up like that.
The one thing he does when he's doing that option, he's holding on to the ball. He needs to pitch it. That man on the outside has got room to run. But I guess when the attack is coming so quick, it's hard to pitch it.
Their offense so far certainly being number 28, McEwen. And this is going to be kind of a reverse to number 34.
And he's got
some running room.
1st down plus.
If number 1 for the Salt Hawks just maintains that block a little bit more. Number 34 is off to the races. Anthony Blackwell with a 1st down run.
If you haven't noticed this pattern, they hold them, and then they give them a big break to get a long gainer. They got to continuously hold them.
And that's going to be giving McEwen up the middle, and look at that powerful run. Wow. 5'10", 182, senior. And I feel like he got hit after like 2 yards, and he just ran his way for an 8-yard gain.
Have they passed it one time yet?
I don't think they have. They haven't been in the situation they've needed to. This time, Thompson going to take it, throwing
He's
deep.
got a man.
Going to find a man, and
whoa.
No flag. I think
that was awful close.
I think that's a good call. I think he kind of got just some feet tangled up, but it didn't seem like there was much of a contest from the Salt Hawks sideline, and that'll bring up 3rd down. And certainly if they went for it on 4th down on their own side of the field, you better believe if they don't pick it up here, they're going to go for it again. This is going to be a give. McEwen still just trying to keep the feet moving, but this time Cougars do wrap him up at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like they're going to continue to go for it, though.
Blackwell coming back on the field. Jalen Barlow will be coming off. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first. 7-0 Cougars. Thompson just going to quarterback sneak it forward. Needed 2, picked up 3.
Hold on, 1st down. Run by quarterback Miles Thompson.
Salt Hawks now with the ball on the 25-yard line of the Cougars. It's going to be a pitch this time. It's going to be to Noah. And will be brought down by a slew of Cougars. That's Noah Kokar, if I'm pronouncing that correct.
Salt Hawk run by number 7, Noah Kokar.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 now.
This defense has got to hold them for all 4 downs.
Here comes
There
McEwen
he
again with a
goes.
huge hole. He'll scramble forward for about 5 more.
McEwen brings up 3rd down and 4.
And you would assume another 2-down territory.
Yeah, that's all. day.
Barring a major negative play for Hutch, this is certainly 2-down territory. Thompson running the option again, going to keep it, cut it up inside, then tackled by a host of Cougars, but he's right there at the 15, and he's got the first down. The word that is coming to mind so far is methodical.
1st and 10 at the Cougars 15-yard line.
3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Blackwell back on the field now. McEwen going to get this one again.
He's gone.
Just going to keep going forward. Eventually brought down by Gio McCall.
Boy, that was a real strong run that time.
Certainly one of the most powerful runners we've seen,
1st down and goal.
and I would say at least maybe a year or two. He is running with authority out there. Is McQuan. First and goal.
Slipped.
Yep. Jalen Barlow had the carry there, not able to get into the end zone, and going to end up losing a yard.
A loss of 2 yards.
And that's just what the Cougars need right now is a loss to help have them lose some yards.
Thompson on 2nd and goal. It's going to be a handoff.
He's in. He's in.
Touchdown, Salthawks.
And you hate to say it, but they drove it straight down the throat of the Cougars.
And even what I'm thinking specifically is it took South probably a total of 3 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes to score. And Hutch went and took the ball and took about a good 7-8 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, and they had no hesitation in running it straight down their throat.
Extra point up and good. And with 1:52 left in the first quarter, both teams have had the ball once. Both have punched it in the end zone. Certainly, both teams have punched it in, but I would say that Salt Hog drive definitely felt more impressive than Salina South's drive.
Well, and definitely when they ran the ball, I mean, the Cougars showed times of brilliance where they would stop them, but then it would seem like the next play they would go for a 10-yard
Yeah,
run.
it just seems like with the style of offense that Hutch runs that, we've seen here and there, it feels like there's not as many teams that run it nowadays. Even if you gain a yard on third or 2nd down, it's like, it's okay. We're going to run a reverse. We're going to do something else, and we're going to pick up those yards the next play.
That's right, and the way they played that one is we got 4 downs to do it.
Mm-hmm. And kick is away. Jackson Hayes going to field this one, going to try and run up the middle. And we'll get stuff, a little bit of a forward push from the Cougars. Mark it down at the 32-yard line.
Hayes returned to the 32-yard line. 1st down, Cougars.
We'll see what changes on the defensive side of the ball for the Salt Hawks. already the defenders showing a pretty good cornerback. Safety is showing a pretty good
Pass.
West of coverage. Freeze in trouble. Gonna try and just get out of there and gonna be swallowed up. I mean, if anything, just lucky that's a loss of 1.
He had a man, but the pressure was on him so much he couldn't get to throw it.
Will go down as a sack.
Brought down for a loss of 1 yard.
Second and 11 now. This is going to be a handoff to
He's
Brant
going
Cox, and he's
nowhere.
going to be hit. Initial contact made in the backfield right after Brant Cox got the ball.
26 Brant Cox for a gain of 1 yard.
And he's back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down, Cougars going to line up quick. Anticipate them maybe looking for a play here. A little bit of movement, but no biters on the Salt Hawk front line. Freeze in the pocket, really good protection. Gonna throw it deep.
He's got a
Jackson
man.
Hayes,
He's got
incomplete.
He had a man.
And really, I think that's just a fantastic play by Kinzer Newquist. Really, if
Well, he could have still caught that.
If Freeze just throws that to maybe the outside shoulder of Hayes, I think he's able to bring that in. But Hayes, I mean, granted, had to stop a little bit. It's a long throw. It was just long enough for the DB to get back there.
The old rule, though, is if it touches your hands, you're supposed to come down with it. And I think that definitely touched his hands.
Certainly makes a case for it. But the punt team is on now for the Cougars.
Oh, and he
Hawk
drops it.
bobbles it, and he's just going to take off and run with it. Gets the one ball.
Oh,
and
he's
just gonna
got a
keep
first
going.
down and more.
And only has one man to beat, but
Oh!
he gets tripped up.
Boy, that was a great play.
And I'm currently scanning the field for a flag, and I don't
No
see
flag.
one.
Uh-oh, legal procedure against
Oh, there is
foul.
one. Oh, no. It just seemed like
Wow.
it looked like players were reacting that it was like a flag on the field, but I didn't quite see where it was, and it must have been on the far side.
I didn't see it neither.
It looked like on the far side of the field around the line of scrimmage, there was one. And that's killer.
Wow.
On a play
That's
you
a killer.
certainly didn't draw up.
No, that was a killer. You just killed a fantastic play.
And again, for those watching the previous South games this year, always just seems to be on either the punt return or the punt team that has issues. And they'll try it again now on fourth down. That time, punt is away. And right to number 1. Owen Bully kind of whiffs on one. And it's not going to be that much of a return regardless, as he's pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line. But a great opportunity for the Cougars is nullified
Boy, that was a fantastic play.
by really a you can almost just say a mental penalty. But Miles Thompson with 6 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We'll bring the offense back out on the field for the Salt Hawks, and they're going to throw on first down. Going to throw over the middle. Pass complete to third.
Oh,
Ball comes
fumble!
out. And I'm not quite sure who got on it. Multiple
Cougars
players.
have
They
it.
say it's a Cougar football.
Wow. What an opportune time.
And that is how the first quarter will end. Off a turnover, Cougars back with the ball. And we'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Papa John's is proud to provide this week's meal to the hardworking Friday Night Football crew at Community Access Television. While watching the big game, don't forget to order your freshly made pizza at papajohns.com.
And welcome back to the start of the second quarter. All tied up at 7 here. Cougars with a great opportunity. Had a penalty on a punt that Brant Cox picked up. First play after the punt. A fumble by a receiver for the Salt Hawks. Cougars recover, and they're back in business on their own 44-yard line. Zach Hogan coughed up the ball for the Salt Hawks. First down, Brant Cox going to take it. Has a good hold.
Some room.
Keeps the feet moving. First down in to Salt Hawk territory, and a great run by Brant Cox. Colin Schreiber going to be switching sides of the field as well as a lineman. They're going to run that power with Brant Cox. Going to try and keep feet moving. Going to be down the 36-yard line. Good first down run.
Second down and 6.
Freeze, a little bit of a wide snap. Hands off Cox. Going to spin out of 1. And going to make it a 3rd and 1, but we may have a flag on the field.
Sideline warning on Hutchinson.
It's going to be a sideline warning on the Salt Hawks. Had a couple of those throughout our games so far this season. But a 3rd and 1 for the Cougars. Get the play in with 15 seconds left. Another handoff. Cox going to try and reach the edge, and blocked by Jackson Hayes just
First
long
down
enough
plus.
to get him the first down.
Well, I think he got that first down by quite a ways
Yeah.
there.
Jackson Hayes then with that block coming slowly off the field.
Limping.
Freeze going to throw. Pass complete, but then immediately tackled. Carter Copes had the reception, but we may have another flag.
There's a flag.
An eligible receiver downfield on the Cougars. And I've noticed a couple times when they ran some of those power formations, especially the one they ran earlier,
Oh, you better remember he's got COVID. 37. Sorry.
and we have a sick player for Hutch coming down with maybe little rumbles in the stomach. But will be 1st and 15 now for the Cougars. Copes in motion. Freeze going to swing it out to Brant Cox. But there's another flag on the field. Cox going to stretch out. I feel like that far official's thrown a flag on 3-4 straight plays at this point. They're going to say illegal shift, maybe? And they do say illegal shift. And there's just a lot of alignment problems so far for the Cougars. And And really, those are the frustrating penalties. Is it's not like you got a hold off kind of like an effort.
No.
A lot of these are just not lining up properly.
And they're costing them dearly.
1st and 20 now. Free's going to have to throw. Bails out, throws over the middle. Colin Schreiber hits him in the hands, incomplete. Would have certainly got him back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe more. But that's going to fall incomplete. And
Those are
that's
the ones he's got to catch.
It's the second drop by Schreiber so far tonight.
Touches the hands, you got to catch it.
Handoff Cox trying to get some yards back. We'll rumble forward for about 4 or 5 yards. At least maybe make this 3rd down a bit more manageable. Certainly not the yards you wanted. And South's still trying to get lined up. They're going to go 3 receivers top of your screen. Schreiber will be the lone receiver at the bottom. Runner coming straight for Freeze, just has to launch it. And it's going to be an incomplete pass to Colin Schreiber. Had a free runner at Freeze. And really just no choice but to tuck his head and launch it towards the sideline. And that's also at times where bad things tend to happen. 4th down and 16 on the 27. Offense stays on the field.
Pass.
Freeze steps
He's
up,
got a
throws
man.
for Schreiber. And they're going to maybe Schreiber throws his hands up looking for another flag, but certainly not catchable. They may have another flag. Seems to be maybe in the backfield. Maybe a area of a hold. Maybe an after the play. And it's going to be a roughing the passer.
Wow, that's a way
on
to get it.
Hutch. And they just bailed out the Cougars. Still some discussion from the officials. Not sure if it was a guaranteed 1st down or not.
Well, I thought he said 15, didn't he?
And they'd
So
be
that'd
1
be
yard
1 yard short.
Usually at other levels, I think that's usually an automatic, as they say, but there's not necessarily automatics in high school, and I think they're going to mark this probably 1 yard short. And even you're just maybe looking back to that 2nd down run by Brant Cox.
There's a live ball foul, roughing the quarterback. It's 15 yards, 1st down.
Oh, and first
We'll
down.
say it's 1st down. And some words being had with some sideline officials from the Salt Hawks, but will be 1st down. Handoff
goes
Brant
nowhere.
Cox met behind the line. We'll lose 2 on that play. Maybe more than just 2. Maybe give him 3 or 4 loss there.
Yeah, they met him as soon as he got the ball.
2nd down now, ball on the 15-yard line. Handoff
Another
Cox
handoff.
again. Gonna go through the hole. And we'll get a few yards past the original line of scrimmage. Cougars gonna line it up quick, 3rd and 8. Gonna still stay with the same formation. And Cougars look like maybe wanted to snap it pretty quickly as there's a stoppage for a equipment issue, and Coach Sellers not too pleased with that. It sounds like they wanted to hurry this up. But 3rd and 8 for freezing the offense. Another handoff. Brant Cox
He
going to be
goes
met.
nowhere.
Good run down from the backside. It's number 10 for the Salthawks. Ben Patterson comes off the outside edge on the opposite side of the field and runs down Brant Cox. That'll bring up the 4th down.
This is a big 4th down for the Salina South Cougars.
And they do elect to keep the offense on the field. It might be in an area where you could attempt a field goal, but they attempt to keep the offense on the field. 4th and a long 9. Free's going to throw over the
Got
middle.
a man! Oh!
Hits Schreiber again. Incomplete. Cougars turn it over.
I'm not sure. Did that ball touch his hands?
I think it hit him in the numbers.
Wow.
Hey, here we go, defense!
And just like that, the Cougars turn it over. 6:56 left before halftime.
Keep the ball in
And the
front.
drops are starting to hurt. That one certainly hurt the most. Thompson and the Salt Hog offense back out on the field, and this is going to be blown dead
Flag.
before it goes. More than likely a false start. Didn't quite see who was the culprit.
Scout seats and try!
Penalty on the 1st and 15, Salthawks.
Go, Fletcher, get in there!
1st and 15 now for the Salt Hawks. Ball on their own 7. It'll be a great time for another turnover. They're going to run the option left side. Thompson going to keep it himself, keeps feet moving, and will pick up about a good 9-10 yards on 1st down. Able to get that offense out of the hole they were in.
And basically, they should know that on the option, he keeps it every time, so I would make sure I stopped him. I don't think he's pitched it one
I
time.
don't think he has yet either. Second down, there goes McEwen, and he's off to the races as multiple Cougars fall
no
over.
runs.
And he's going to go the distance. Touchdown, Salt Hawks. 83-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
Alec McEwen makes his entrance and makes his name known here in Salina tonight.
Wow. And it all starts by a missed catch in the end zone. And then the Salt Hawks move the ball down the field. Good.
Kick is up and good from Carter Bowie. And really, just as an observation of watching Hutch's offense so far, it really just seems that they'll just run Thompson and Blackwell. They'll run them just here and there to just give them room for McEwen just to go. And it really just seems like that's what a lot of those option plays are just setting up, is just letting McEwen just run.
Well, I would definitely not play him for the pitch because he hasn't pitched not one time. He would have to show me that he could pitch. But that time he acted as though he gave it to the fullback and acted as though he had it going around that other side.
Here we go, use your blockers here.
I would say they're definitely a run team. What would you say?
I would say that's probably accurate. And when you run it as well as they've done so far, I don't know, do you really need to pass it?
You don't.
Alejandro Martinez will kick us away yet again. 14-7 Salthawks lead, and that ball bounces out of bounds. And the Cougars will get it on the 35-yard line. 6 minutes, 12 seconds left before halftime. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Certainly time not an issue at the moment.
On the kicking team, Salina South selected to take the ball on the 35-yard line.
Willie, their offense has gotten the ball down there. They just need to make sure that they put some points on the board when they take it down there.
Yeah. And even just that last drive was really set up by that roughing the passer call after numerous penalties on Salina South. But Freeze, offense will be back out there. Brant Cox gonna run but then hit. Forward progress will give him 4 yards.
Run by Brant Cox for a gain of 4 yards. Brings up second down and 6.
Jack Hover, number 6 for Salthawks, in on that tackle of Brant Cox. How do you like the thought of going to Colin Schreiber right here, just getting him in the game?
Yeah.
Just getting him
better
those
time
touches.
than now.
And they're actually going to have him blocked for Jackson Hayes out here. Going to get a little bit close to the sideline and maybe going to be a yard shy of the first
Real
down.
close to a first down.
Jackson Hayes brings up third down and 1.
Third and 1, handoff. Brant Cox gets the
Fun.
first
He's
down.
got the first down.
Almost again, Ben Patterson coming off the edge almost wraps up Brant Cox before he's able to get there, but Brant Cox able to just to keep his feet moving, keep the legs churning enough to pick up that first down. They're going to throw immediately out for 87 and will pick up a good 5 yards. Tejon McDaniel, his first reception of the game. Didn't seem like much was there, but still ended up picking up 5 yards.
Yeah.
Second down now, going to swing behind the line for Brant Cox. Has to catch it with one hand. And it didn't really seem like much was happening on that play as
Actually, maybe he lost a yard.
Cougars, will you lose a yard? And that pass was certainly behind the line, or a backwards pass, I should say. Now they'll swing it out. Jackson Hayes yet again gets a good block and is out of bounds. We'll see
Real
where they mark
close
him.
to
I think
a
they're going to
first
give
down.
him. I'm going to say they give him the
Well, he's
first down.
got
They
the-
are going to waive it. Good block there by Zachary Davidson. That'll be 14 of the Cougars. Able to get Jackson Hayes the first. Jackson Hayes, our player of the week several weeks ago. They'll swing it out this time. Colin Schreiber with the reception. And will be thrown out of bounds, and not before a flag is at the line of scrimmage on the far side of the field. And this sounds like it might be another procedure penalty, just getting the sense of that. Maybe he's lined up on the field wrong, or it could be a hold on the outside.
5-yard face on the defense.
Wow.
And it will be actually against the Salthawks. It's going to be a face mask. They say 5 yards, but they also say will not be a first down. And, of course, the chain gang started moving. Brant Cox gets it and has the first down, it appears. I was really just seeing what was going on with the chain gang on the side of the field. I thought they were going to blow it dead.
They looked a little confused.
The down marker lineman wasn't even fully set when the Cougars snapped the ball. Well, you could say they bailed out the line crew there as Brant Cox able to get the first down. First down, 3 receivers left side. Gonna pull it down. Jackson Hayes with the reception. One-on-one against number 38. It's gonna be Devon Hackney, and Devon Hackney wins that battle.
Yeah, it looks, again, it lost a couple of yards, or at least a yard.
And really with a lot of times Hutch playing pretty soft out there coverage, you might as well just give them more open space to be able to make tackles. Hand off Brant Cox, going to try and get a little bit of the edge. A little bit of a slow start, but tries to turn on the Jets, but he'll pick up 4 yards.
The good thing is he ran in an angle the whole time, so he was gaining yards rather than running straight forward.
Just under 2 minutes, 30 seconds before halftime. 14-7 Salt Hawks over the Cougars. 3rd down and 8. Ball on the 30-yard line. Schreiber will come in motion, moving from right to left.
Back to pass.
Freeze in trouble, gonna have to throw middle of the field.
Oh!
Looking for Tayon McDaniel, but pass is gonna be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, he had a couple of receivers wide open that time.
And just a few things I've noticed. I mean, granted, Weston Freeze may enjoy throwing on the run, but does have enough time to set his feet and throw. When he escapes that pressure, does have time to set and throw, but still throwing on the run. Bring up 4th down now for the Cougars. Gonna look middle of the field. Colin Schreiber got that one and has the first down. So good, nice pitch and catch to get Colin Schreiber a touch there and a reception. And maybe something wrong with the helmet. It's gonna have him come off the field. A.J. Johnson appears will be on the field now as the inside receiver. Cougars gonna line it up quick, just under 2 minutes left. Hand off Brant Cox, gonna try and string it out wide after he cuts it back up. Gonna pick up 1 yard. Tackle made again by Ben Patterson of the Salt Hawks. Again, they'll line it up fairly quickly. 20 seconds on the play clock.
Back to pass.
Gonna throw.
He's got a man. He's got a man.
McDaniel.
And it's touchdown.
Touchdown, Cougars. I was worried he may lose possession as when he went to the ground. But they ruled that a touchdown and a fantastic throw and great catch. And just like that, the Cougars are down an extra point. Kick up and good. And the Cougars strike back and tie this back up at 14. Minute 24 left before halftime. Salt Hawks will get the ball back with 3 timeouts.
Boy, they're playing tough with them. I mean, because really they could very easily be up 21-14.
Certainly that turnover on Hutch's second drive, I believe, certainly helped get the Cougars and at least kind of move the ball back down the other side of the field.
Or that one time that Schreiber didn't catch it in the end zone. With a ball that I believe hit him in the numbers.
It looked like it hit him square in the numbers. Certainly if you're watching this online on YouTube, you can rewind and tell us how wrong we are.
Well, my thing is I believe it touched his hands.
Yeah.
And if it touches your hands, you should catch it.
It was a really good throw by Freeze that really put it in a spot that appeared only Schreiber could get it. Budke will kick it away. It's going to be a little squibble kick, fielded and taking a knee there at around the 27-yard line. Kinzer Newquist, smart play, just able to knee that down, get your offense, get McEwen back out on the field. First and 10 Salt Hawks, their own 27. And we'll see if we see any passes here so far, but we're going to have McEwen on first down. Swung down there by number 75 of the Cougars. That's going to be Gio McCall. But still able to pick up 4 yards on first down. Clock at 1 minute, and we'll get a throw here. And that's going to be intercepted by A.J. Johnson. And what a play. Just read the receiver and may have just taken it out of his hands.
Basically, he took it out of his hands.
What a play by the senior.
4-year starter, too, huh? You should know not to throw to that side.
Just like that, Cougars back with the ball. 53 seconds left before half. 3 timeouts. Ball on the 23-yard line of the Salt Hawks. They're going to throw that. Jackson Hayes just able to corral it. Will run forward and pick up 6 yards. Cougars, of course, line this up quickly, not taking a timeout yet. Little pump fake by Freeze, going to throw middle, and was trying to look for Zachary Davidson. And again, they may have tried to look for maybe a little bit of a flag, but I mean, there's just not enough physicality there to even warrant a flag, and certainly not catchable.
And I don't know where they get the point of always raising their hand up looking for some type of flag. They need to continue with their
third down handoff. Going to be Brant Cox. Going to try and pick this up on the ground. Maybe a yard shy from our angle. And they're trying to call timeout. Sam Sellers not very happy, as they were continually trying to call timeout, and the sideline official was not granting it to him. See if they put any time on the clock.
Timeout. Salina South. Their first of the half. Please put 21 seconds back on the clock.
And I'm assuming they mean set the clock at 21 seconds, not add 21 seconds to 17 seconds, which is what the clock is setting at right now. And they do just put 21 seconds. They grant 4 more seconds back to the Cougars.
No. They're still changing the clock. Oh, no, it went back.
I think they usually sometimes put a 1 minute timeout up there. They were just changing that.
Well, the funny thing is he said add 21.
I know, that's what made you think that. You got to go back to high school math here, maybe elementary school math, more like it.
I don't know that he said to put it at 21.
4th and 1 for the Cougars. Handoff, Cox has the first down. They're going to wind the clock here, and they're not finally now taking the timeout there as they let more time run off the clock. Probably should maybe be another second or two back on. Not necessarily sure. I don't know if they thought they were going to be able to line up quick and spike it.
He said put, what, 20 seconds back on the clock?
It was just 12, yeah. I thought it was only about a second or two because they
Right.
wound the clock after the chains were set. And the South offense kind of looked out around, wondering what's going on for a few, probably about 3 seconds, maybe more, and before the timeout was taken.
Now this could be a big momentum changer if they could somehow get this into the end zone before the half.
South did get the ball to start the game, so Salt Hawks will get the ball to start the second half. Certainly that would play maybe into the mindset of what we're trying, or excuse me, what the Cougars are trying to do here. I think at this point you may just have to start taking shots into the end zone. Freeze looking left side,
Got
gonna
it.
be Hayes, incomplete. Didn't have a great angle on it from our vantage point, but may have just been right through the hands. I think it was just a good play defensively there by number 22 of the Salt Hawks. Felt like the contact was made right when the ball arrived.
Yeah.
9 seconds left, 3 seconds come off. Cougars with 1 timeout still. And there's 10 on the play clock. Freeze in trouble, middle of the field and incomplete. And really trying to find Tayon McDaniel, but I just don't think you can't throw that in that instance. You can't take a sack, but you certainly can't go off your back foot and try and throw that.
So are they trying for a
Force
field
it.
goal?
And I think that's what they're going to do with 4 seconds left. It'll be 3rd down. And they're going to try and make this a 3-point lead for the Cougars. Caden Budke will try and give the Cougars the lead before halftime. Kick
And
is
he
up
does.
and good. Still going to be 1 second left before halftime. But a nice answer for the Cougars there, coming off that turnover created by A.J. Johnson. Now, if you're the coaches for Salina South, you just pray nothing disastrous happens here on the kickoff.
Yeah, I think I just swivel kick it.
You may even just have to kick it to the front line guy, like kick it to one of the 5 that it's on the front line, and let's do that. And A.J. Johnson getting some kudos from his head coach there.
Here we go, Cougars. You gotta hit somebody.
Budke, after getting the field goal, is going to squib it. Going to bounce high up into the air. And a Salt Hawk come down with it. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. Cougars 17, Salt Hawks 14. We'll be back with some halftime thoughts right after this. Hello and welcome to the Salina Media Connection halftime show. So far we've got a pretty good one, 17-14 at the break. Could be a lot worse though. I mean, you can even make a case for both sides that could have a clear lead at this point. But we'll start with the offense for Salina South. Could be making a lot more strides down the field if it weren't for some costly drops.
Yeah, those drops have cost them. And like the one that was in the end zone, touches your hands. I believe in the theory that if it touches your hands, you should catch it.
Alec McQuan for the Salt Hawks, number 28, just running up and down the field, had that huge, I believe it was an 83-yard touchdown run. It just feels like everything the Salt Hawks are doing on offense, even if a play just gets 1 yard, it's just set up Alec McQuan for those big runs.
But at the end, the South defense stood tall because A.J. Took the ball from the wide receiver, and then it looks like South took it in and ended up with the 3 points at the end there.
Yeah, just 2 huge turnovers so far by the Cougars defense. That's really kind of been the difference so far. Hutch does get the ball to start the second half. We'll see if that Cougar defense can create another turnover. And we'll be back with that second half right after this.
Hello and welcome back to the start of the second half. Just about a little over a minute before we get the second half underway. Salt Hawks will get the football to start. Again, the second quarter ended. A great play by A.J. Johnson in addition to a nice field goal by Caden Budke to give the Cougars a 3-point lead before the break.
I don't know if you would have told me at the start of the game the Salina South Cougars would be ahead 17-14. I would think that you were not thinking right at all.
I definitely was thinking it would be a close game, but I don't know if I would have taken South with the lead.
Well, this beginning of this game, beginning of this half could tell the difference right here.
Budke will kick this one away for us. We're still waiting for the clock to tick off its final seconds. Two men back for the Salt Hawks, one being Noah Kokar and Trayton Peterson. That kick is going to be angled sideline again, going to be fielded there by Peterson, and is going to have to try and maneuver to just get some yards. And we'll get it out past the 20. It looks like the 24-yard line is where the Salt Hawks will start. First down, Salt Hawks. Thompson and the gang. That's going to be a handoff. And that is the man of last quarter, Alec McEwen. Certainly with over 100 yards rushing so far. 7-yard gain brings up 2nd and 3. Expect a methodical long drive here. Reverse there. Might be the Blackwell, and numerous Cougars are there to wrap him up.
They were there waiting on him.
Led by Drew Nelson, number 9. Loss of a few, 3rd and 5. Is this a passing down here, or do you give it to number 28?
I'd give it to number 28 because this is a running team.
And
that's what they do.
Right there, and just rolls over and not able to get the first down, cut down there by the Cougars.
Here they go.
And that will bring up 4th down, and they're going to stay out on the field. And if that tackle isn't made by the Cougar on that last play, McEwen had a lot of running room. A lot of watch the balls coming from the Cougar sideline. And it's just going to be a
I don't
keeper
think
up
he
the
made
middle,
it.
and I don't think they
I
got
don't think he made it.
They didn't get the push they needed. Salt Hawks will turn it over, and they shut down the Salt Hawks drive.
Now can
Sam
the Cougars
Sellers.
capitalize on this?
Sellers out there to celebrate with his defense, coming up with a huge stop. Cougars have the ball in fantastic field position, the 33-yard line of the Salt Hawks. Not even 2 minutes into the second half.
Now the offense has got to capitalize on this good field position.
Free's going to throw it out. Jackson Hayes has a man running right for him. Number 19, Nolan Cunningham says hello to Jackson Hayes, and he's still
hurt.
down. I think it's officially going to be no gain. It's officially going to be no gain on the play, but it's going to be a pretty clean hit there by Cunningham. And he's up quick. Jackson Hayes played a lot tonight so far. Officially going to end up giving him a loss of 1. I'll bring up 2nd and 11. And Colin Schreiber is set, and they're moving the man in motion, going to move tight end on the other side. That's going to be a false start on the Cougars. Did try to have a little bit of a hard count, got a few Salt Hawks to move just a bit, but looked like the right guard for the Cougars move, and that's going to back them up 5. And they're going to move, tackle again. 10 seconds on the play clock. Freeze back to pass. Rusher coming for him. And I'm not quite sure what that play was. A.J. Johnson was out there, but also number 68, Kaysen Deese, was out there as well, acting like he was a receiver out in the flat. But nevertheless, that's an incomplete pass to bring up 3rd and 15.
They've got to capitalize on what the turnover by the
3rd down, Rusher coming for Freeze. Breaks the edge. Maybe he's able to run for this, but no, throws it and in the area of A.J. Park, but a great play by Kinzer Newquist. We've called a few times to just get a hand on that and bat that away. That'll make it a 4th and very long. Certainly, I don't think Freeze would have had the 1st down, but certainly could have gotten some yards back. But it seems to be they're going to go for it here. Davidson, Schreiber going to switch places on the field. Schreiber will be at the bottom of your screen. See if they target him. Again, had a tough first half. Ball was snapped. And I don't think that was meant to be snapped on that count.
wow.
It was a snap infraction.
Wow.
And that's going to be no choice, but they're going to have to punt it away here.
Why do they have to punt it?
Well, you could, I mean, that's true. I mean, you had 4th and 15. You wouldn't think you'd think that would be a punting situation, but now it'd be 4th and 20. And I feel like how your defense came out in the second half, that might be a
I'm not
decision
so
to
sure
punt 'em
that I
back.
would punt it. The defense played good.
Cox, a little bit of a rugby-style kick. He's going to kick it. I think that's certainly going to bounce into the end zone. And no, it doesn't. I think Owen Bully hesitated a little bit, thinking that ball was going to bounce even farther back, but then did bounce back towards the end zone, not able to corral it. That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be on the 20.
So it was a gain of how much? About 20 yards?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good change of field position because, I mean, you're probably not going to be able to get 20 yards on that one play. So, I mean, you'd probably be giving the ball around the 40, 35-yard line if you're being generous, if they got that much yardage. And it's going to be a pitch outside. Number 7 for the Salt Hawks. He's going to get the edge just enough to pick up. Maybe he gets 6 yards on first down. It's Nolan Kokar again. Minutes, 34 seconds in the third quarter. Clock currently stopped. Cougars with a 3-point lead, leading 17-14. Gonna roll out quarterback. He's not gonna pitch it again, but makes the decision to keep it himself and just keeps the feet moving. And he's got about a good 20, 30, 25-yard pickup there.
And as I said earlier, I would tell my players that we do not even play him for the pitch because he doesn't pitch.
Still hasn't pitched it once.
He doesn't even fake as he's going to pitch it. He just turns in and goes.
Solid run there by Miles Thompson. Kokar in motion is going to get another sweep opportunity. Going to hit the holes fast. Missed by Owen Bully and going to be out of bounds. Carter Kirby, the one that chases him out of bounds, but another big play by the Salt Hawks.
Let's go, defense. Make a stop here.
First and 10, Salt Hawks on the Cougar 32-yard line. Gonna run that option again. This time gonna be swallowed up. Here comes 2
Face
flags.
mask.
And I do think I saw a face mask as well. Maybe I think we had a defensive lineman for the Cougars outreaching. I think he got some grill. Both the white hat and the lines official both saw that. Both threw their flags at about the exact same time. And it's going to get the ball inside the red zone for the Salt Hawks. Put it at the 18-yard line. And they're going to hurry up fast. McEwen takes it up the field. 10-yard gain. First and goal, Salt Hawks.
Wow. Got a man down,
Cougar
too.
down. Jackson Hayes looks to be the player coming onto the field who took that hit earlier. And unfortunately, maybe an injury to Owen Bully might be the only thing slowing down this Salt Hawk offense right now. And Bully is up and coming off the sideline on his own power.
Wow, this is a major turnaround for the Salina South Cougars. They had capitalized, had the opportunity, and now we've got the Hutchinson Seahawks headed down into scoring territory.
First and goal now for the Salt Hawks. Well, on the 8-yard line, they're going to pitch to Kokar, and he's just going to go right into the end zone easy. Strung out the play just long enough, read the hole, and just jogged right on into the end zone. Extra point from Carter Bowie upcoming.
Good.
And it appears to be good. Salt Hawks retake the lead, 21-17. 7 minutes, 28 seconds left in the third quarter. You can just see the South defense coming off the field, just looking on, maybe not necessarily depleted, but certainly played well in the first drive, and then that second drive gave up 80 yards to the Salt Hawks as they punch it in.
Cougars need a big momentum lifter right now.
I mean, it's hard to say that the defense is, it's maybe hard to say at this point that the defense hasn't played well. They've given up 21 points in about 2.5 quarters, but they do have a 4th down stop and 2 turnovers tied to that as well. And kick is away. Jackson Hayes just lets it go into the end zone. Smart play there. If that hits him just enough and it goes back not into the end zone, that could be a disastrous play. So smart play to let that go into the end zone.
That is.
Very important drive here for the Cougars.
They need to come away with some type of momentum shifter.
A score to put the Cougars back in the lead would certainly do it. 3 receivers right side. Going to start the second half off with a run from Brant Cox. And he's going to lower the shoulder. Truck number 14 of the Salt Hawks does have a first down. And just trying to untangle all the bodies there near the 36-yard line. Good solid run there by Brant Cox. Kinzer Newquist the one to bring him down. It's going to be a handoff Brant Cox, a little bit more of a wider run this time. And we'll pick up maybe 1.5 yards. Colin Schreiber will be your inside receiver on the wide side of the field. They're going to run it again with Brant Cox. Tries to lower the head, but really stood up there by multiple Salt Hawks, including Jack Hover, number 6.
This is an important 3rd down and 9 right now. You don't want to give the ball back to the Hutchinson Seahawks with the way they're driving the ball down the field.
Comes 3rd down, a little pump fake over the middle.
Got a man.
Schreiber slowed down a little bit. Pass.
And he
complete.
caught it.
Had a man over him, but still able to haul that in for the huge gain in the 3rd down conversion. Ball now on the Salt Hawk 25-yard line. Cougars going to hurry this up. They're going to run it with Cox, a little bit of a counter, and he'll rumble forward for 6 yards. I tell you, that big pass play to Colin Schreiber, I was waiting for that ball to squirt out at the end with that coverage by the Salt Hawks there, but able to haul it in. 2nd and 5 now. Cox again lowers. Had to lower the shoulder, but
he had a wide open field
I
there.
think he put too much shoulder into it.
Had he not fell down, he had clean land.
It almost looked like he lowered the shoulder expecting contact and then didn't have any and just completely went way too top heavy and fell down, but it is a 1st down. Ball on the 14-yard line.
Yeah, if he doesn't fall down, I believe he walks into the end zone.
Cougars with 11 on the play clock, just getting the play in. Hand off Brant Cox. It squirts out, but able to get it. And will be pushed out of bounds. I think we were all ready for a horse collar tackle, but a good release there by the Salt Hawk defender.
Is he hurt? He looks like he's hurt.
And Brant Cox is down on the sideline.
Officials timeout for an injury.
Wasn't quite necessarily able to see the hit that brought him to the ground, but was on the verge of it being a horse collar tackle before there was a release from a Salt Hawk. Trainer and head coach Sam Sellers out there to look at Brant Cox, and this could be a devastating loss. And just a good play by Cox just to keep that play alive as he kind of fumbled the pitch.
That could be a major injury.
I don't know if they're going to go ahead and line
the
this
Cougars.
up because he's already on the sideline, but I don't like them running this play with Brant Cox only a few feet away from the sideline. There he is up. And it does look like they were still waiting on Brant Cox to get up. Limping just a little bit, but able to get up. Good to see. Both Cougars going to hand off to 32, and he's had a little bit of running room, but maybe just doesn't have that explosive speed that Brant Cox does. It's Owen Kulas. Going to get it down to the 7.
3rd down and 2 Cougars.
Certainly you would think 4-down territory here. 4 minutes, 32 seconds and counting left in the 3rd. Kulas again, and he's going to be met in the backfield.
Well, he kind of just tiptoed up there. He didn't run with authority.
You really saw those 2 Salt Hawks right there ready to greet him and really just kind of stopped. Not to say he would have gotten much farther, but didn't necessarily run with much authority on that play. Luke Simpson coming off the field for the Cougars. 4th down. Freeze, right side, try to find Tayon McDaniel, but that's going to be incomplete. Throw maybe a little high and outside, but Cougars will turn it over inside the 10-yard line.
And I can tell you they missed Mr. Cox on those last few plays there.
Brant Cox still walking up and down the sideline. Still a little limp. But Thompson and the Salt Hawk offense take over on their own 7-yard line. They'll run an option.
He's option.
Thompson's going to keep it himself. And Cougars will push it back. Maybe a gain of 1 with forward progress. And yet again, still has not decided to pitch it.
Quarterback run, Miles Thompson for a gain of 1 yard. 2nd down and 9.
Nice job, defense.
21-17 Salt Hawks. And a big stop by that defense. Get the ball back into their offense's hands. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left before the end of the period. Be a handoff. McEwen squirts through, and he's off to the races. And he's going to be tracked down from behind, it appears. Great effort by Q Hill to run down McEwen. And you saw the jets come on for Q Hill.
He ran him down. I thought you would have thought that he was headed to the house.
Q Hill with a good, I'd say, 6 inches on McEwen with those long legs. Just running just a little bit faster than McEwen's, but nevertheless, huge gain for the Salt Hawks. 1st and 10 now on the Cougar 30-yard line. McEwen again has open running room, has a 1st down, chugging for more. Just refuses to go down at first contact, or even second, or even third.
Keep the ball in front of you.
Wow.
Pickup of 12 now inside the red zone are the Salt Hawks. It's going to be a pitch. This is going to be Kokar. Gets by 1, spins through another. Great block on the outside there by Trayton Peterson. Just continually pushing back the Cougar defender and letting Kokar just read that block on the edge. Second and 3 now, ball on the 11. Kokar in motion again, handoff McEwen, and will be met and hit there, been tackled by Owen Bully. Maybe a yard shy of the first, but maybe they have it. And they're gonna wave him on. It will be 1st and goal.
What?
It appeared to me the far side official waved them on for the 1st down. It did look like he had it. If we're marking it from where the far side official was, it did look like a 1st down, but McEwen's just going to take the dive and maybe get a yard.
Boy, this is a big statement for the Salina South Cougar defense. They really need to keep them out of the end zone.
1 minute and counting remaining in the quarter. And doesn't look like the Salt Hawks have any intention of running this quickly. Handoff, McEwen up the middle, stretches, touchdown, Salt Hawks.
That's flag
May have
on
a
the
flag.
play.
Yeah, it looks like maybe that might be on the Salt Hawks here.
No, they're cheering.
Well, maybe not then. Yeah, just that flag, that position where that was thrown, didn't really see where that could be a flag on a South player.
Well, did they? Yeah.
On the defense, illegal use of hands. Hutchinson on the kickoff.
Legal use of hands from the Cougars. Penalty will be enforced
On the kickoff.
on the kickoff. If you enforce it here, you're maybe gaining a yard and a half, which certainly want the yardage.
Block that kick.
I'm not sure the Cougars have all of the men they want out on the field. A.J. Johnson came off. Creighton Modrow coming on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Salt Hawks extend the lead by 7. They now lead 28-17 over the Cougars. And we have 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and a big cheer coming from the Salt Hawk faithful.
Now that was a major turnaround. The Salina South Cougars were headed in to score. They don't score. The Salt Hawks come down and score.
Salt Hawks go 93 yards. Again, the huge run by McEwen and the, I don't know, does Q Hill look like a track star athlete out there? I think I'm going to guess he should go out for track.
Especially the way he ran
He
down.
ran down McEwen. It looked like they were going to maybe put the ball on the 40 to kick off, and it looks like there's a coach from the Salt Hawks having to go out there to remind the officials that, hey, we're kicking this on the 45 of Salina South. Can they hit the bell on the north end zone? That's all I care about. Bonus points if he can kick it on the roof of the locker room.
I thought you was going to say at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah. And boots it, will be out the end zone, and I think the kick is good. Look from our angle. As Alejandro Martinez comes off, getting some cheers from his teammates on the Salt Hawk sideline.
Because he made a field goal.
He
It's on a kickoff.
Eventually made that field goal from over there, but regardless if he kicks it to the end and Mustangs out the end zone or he kicks it through the goalpost, the Cougars still get the ball on the 20-yard line.
That's exactly right.
First and 10 Cougars. Freeze, good protection. Gonna be hit though, but just stood in the pocket just a little too long. Will be wrapped up for the 5-yard sack. Just lucky to hang on to the football there. He had good protection, but I just feel like you can't hold it for that long.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
But I really didn't see anyone that was really open, though, neither.
And that's probably going to be the final play of the third quarter as Cougars let the final 5 seconds tick off the clock. We'll flip the field, and we'll be back with the final quarter of play. Salt Hawks lead 28-17. We'll be back right after this.
Papa John's is proud to provide this week's meal to the hardworking Friday night football crew at Community Access Television. While watching the big game, don't forget to order your freshly made pizza at papajohns.com.
And welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Salt Hawks lead by 11. Cougars have the ball on their own 15 following a 5-yard sack of Weston Freeze. Tajon McDaniel at the bottom of your screen. They're going to swing this out to Owen Bully. Yeah, some good blocks, but just not enough to get maybe some of the yards you need to get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Third and 10, pressure coming. Freeze hit into double coverage. Trying to throw that to Colin Schreiber, and that's certainly your go-to receiver, but when you kind of have a ball just hanging up there in the air and you have 2 other defenders.
He still almost caught that one.
Yeah, he did. Gonna bring on the punt team for Salina South. Well, as long as you line up quick, they might try and go back to that drop, the punt, and then run for 15-yard first down. Maybe they could try that one again.
Well, they got a different punter back
they
there.
do. Yeah, Brant Cox.
I think he was
Not
injured.
in there. Yeah, not in there. That was Caden Budke with a nice punt. Bounce on the other side of the 50-yard line. This one's going to be fielded, though, by Peterson. Flags come through.
All kinds of flags.
Maybe a block in the back. Usually see those on punt returns. 2 flags thrown by officials at the same time. Brant Cox still on the sideline, still limping, but still trying to walk. As that was a quick 3-and-out by the Cougars.
After the change of possession, we have a block in the back on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. First down.
And the block in the back is the call. Back the Salt Hawks up. Another 10 yards from when that foul occurred. And Salt Hawks did at the very beginning of the game, but Salt Hawks have a grand opportunity to just milk a lot of clock here.
Yeah.
Up 11.
Or score again and put it away.
Thompson going to throw on first down, going to try and find Peterson. Comes down with it, but out of bounds. Nice catch there, but clearly on the white of the sideline. Are you surprised at the first down passing call here, how your offense has run all night? Bringing up 2nd and 10. Salt Hawks certainly have not needed 4 downs to get first downs recently. This pitch is going to be to Kokar. Another arm almost on the ball, but he's off. Misses a few. A.J. Johnson in pursuit. Will relinquish. And Jackson Kokar
There's no
has a
flags
huge
on.
run.
There's no flags on the field. And I believe they just about put the game away right there. Cougars will need 3 scores.
I think maybe not just necessarily the run, but the most impressive part of that was Kokar holding on to the ball around the line of scrimmage. Cougar got a hand in there on the ball, but not able to jar it loose.
Then he seems as though he turned on the jets.
Extra point is good. Salt Hawks now lead 35-17, and we have another Cougar down in the end zone. And I believe that might be Owen Bully. Cougars down 18. 10 minutes, 58 seconds left in the ball game. And at this point, I might be willing to guess that Brant Cox's night is done.
It is done.
I would say maybe if this game was a little bit closer in reach, if he could go, you may let him. But at this point, I'm not sure if it is worth the risk. Owen Bully kind of off on the sideline.
The Salina South Cougars let this game get away from them.
Kickoff to Jackson Hayes. Has some running room up the middle. And will be downed on the 36-yard line.
Jackson Hayes. First and 10 Cougar.
Cougars will take over with 10:52 left in the game. They're going to be, it looks like for the first time tonight, Cougars going to go empty backfield. Free is just going to have to step up and just try and take it himself, and does scramble forward for 6.
Quarterback run number 12, Weston Freed. Gain of 6 yards on the play.
Cougars still looking to fight with an empty backfield. Going to swing out Jackson Hayes and will step out of bounds. And if he doesn't step out of bounds there, he just made a cut.
Yeah.
And would have had some more yards, but ran out of real estate.
Screen pass from Jackson Hayes.
You know a thing or two about real estate, don't you, Charles?
I do.
Yeah.
There's a 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1, still going to go empty. And Free's going to be in trouble, trying to escape, throws it. That's going to be out of bounds. Maybe was looking for Jackson Hayes, maybe was looking for Davidson. If you asked him, he could probably say I was looking for both of them. But I don't mind the call on 3rd and 1. Now you have a 4th down to try and pick this up. Well, it looks like they are going to stay empty yet again. Only rushing 3, getting some pressure, going to launch it deep. Tayon McDaniel. Some Cougars might say there was maybe a little bit of contact, but I don't see there's any way that ball was ever going to get caught.
No.
And the Cougars will turn it over. Ten minutes, 6 seconds left. 18-point lead for the Salt Hawks. Keeper by Thompson, gonna not pitch it again. And he's just gonna keep rumbling forward. And just the size, finally thrown down by Jarrett Pittenger. But I feel like one of the 11 Cougars on defense had a shot at him. Jarrett Pittenger, the one finally to swing him down.
Wow, he just marched that down, and you know what they know that he's not going to pitch. He hasn't pitched all night. Why do you even go for the fake like he's going to pitch it back?
You almost want to, but then you also don't want to be the defender who goes after the quarterback when he does pitch it and then leave the running back all by himself.
This is true.
And it's going to be McEwen, and we'll go forward for 5.
5-yard run by number 28, Alex McEwen. 2nd down and 5 touch.
Jackson Hayes coming off the field. Six on the play clock. That's going to be a keeper by Thompson again. He kind of pulled the ball from the give and then just decided to follow his guy he tried to give it to, McEwen, and just try to jump over. We do have an injured Salt Hawk. Third and 2. Clock continues to run, 15 on the play clock.
Salina South Cougars haven't scored since halftime, huh?
That's true. They've been shut out in the second half after that field goal gave them the lead. And McEwen, and it just seemed like Gio McCall was hanging on for dear life. Seemed like he was water skiing there for a sec, trying to hang on to McEwen. Salt Hawks so far, 21 points put up in the second half. And we are at 7 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. And Hutch may take their first time out here as they let the play clock run down. And they do that at 7 minutes, 29 seconds. You mentioned it before, but missed opportunities, certainly for Salina South.
And that's been the Achilles heel for them. And the other thing, you have generated no points since halftime.
And certainly when you talk about missed opportunities, you can really certainly point to either half for those missed opportunities. You could even say, you know, certainly the dropped pass in the end zone and a few other drops by Colin Schreiber. You could mention the not able to get the ball into the end zone before halftime and settling for the field goal.
But the field goal gave them a lead, so it still came out with a positive.
Certainly did.
But the second half, marching the ball down the field and then having, 4 downs to get it in, and you can't even get a couple of yards is a real problem.
Certainly that stand that was stopped, certainly led by the injury to Brant Cox on that second down play. First and goal, Salt Hawks on the Cougar 10. McEwen, flag comes in, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And this may be coming back. Shea Lafort coming in now for Gio McCall of the Cougars. McCall is holding. And I always think about when you finally get that first and goal, then you get the holding call. You might as well, if you're a coach, say, hey, can you at least do the hold before we do the first and goal? At least give us a chance to get a first down. Now you're first and goal on the 20. It's going to be a run now by Jalen Barlow. And he'll pick up 3.
Jalen Barlow for a gain of 3 yards. Second down and goal.
Zach Hogan coming onto the field. Noah Kokar, we've called numerous times, coming off. His night may be done. And even if you're Hutch, you may just take this. I mean, you're under 6 minutes, 30 seconds left.
I think they're going to try and put it in one more time.
Certainly, but you'd certainly want to try and run as much clock. Another non-pitch by Thompson, and he's just going to scramble into the end zone. One missed tackle leads to an easy run the rest of the way. And Thompson puts it in again.
Now that really puts icing on the cake. I mean, it's pretty much over now for sure. It's just a matter of waiting 6 minutes and 14 seconds.
Kick is up and good. And again, after a 3-point Cougar lead at halftime, Hutch has scored 28 unanswered in the second half to take a 42-17 lead. Do you chalk this up to maybe South letting off the gas there a little bit, or do you maybe accumulate that to Hutch just finally waking up a little bit in the second half?
I'd say a little bit of both. And I think that the injury to Brent Cox hurt him pretty bad when they were down in the red zone.
Brent Cox still trying to walk on the sideline. Do have it appears his left shin or so is iced or wrapped. And we may have a preview of the JV game here in the next 6 minutes, 14 seconds. Kick bounces at the 10, rolls into the end zone for the touchback. First down, Cougars. Freeze, handoff, and will be hit backwards immediately at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Owen Koulis. Felt like he hit a brick wall there as he just went straight backwards.
Straight backwards. And he didn't go anymore. He didn't go any more.
He'll throw on second down, throw almost picked off, trying to find Zachary Davidson. But Nolan Cunningham almost took it, and A.J. Parker did and almost ran the opposite way.
Yeah.
I should say A.J. Johnson. Freeze going to try and find Jackson Hayes. Nice catch. Fighting. And it takes two Salt Hawks to bring him down. Impressive catch there by Jackson Hayes.
Catch made by number 7, Jackson Hayes.
And now Hayes will go in motion. They're going to swing it out to him. Gets one block from Davidson, gets by another's, tries to spin it up, and will pick up 8 yards. Clock continues to run, 5:10. Second and 2 Cougars. Salt Hawks still only rushing 3. And I think I'm going to say pass complete to Colin Schreiber, and That almost looked like yet another drop by number 13, but they're going to say pass complete. And looks like we have a player for Hutch. And that pass is going to be thrown in the area of Colin Schreiber. Hutch fans loving number 75, Nick Scarborough. Four minutes, 44 seconds. That was number 75 for Hutch playing nose tackle. And they're going to try to hand that off, but Owen Koulos in the exchange between him and Freeze. Owen Freeze pointing to his chest saying, "That's me." Third and 14 now for the Cougars. Tayon McDaniel inside receiver. Bottom of your screen. Freeze gonna look that way. Gonna look, trying to find Cutter Copes, and I don't know if he was just trying to one-hand that, or
And
what.
then
But
he
you
pushed
just
off a little bit
got.
too.
I just feel like you gotta reorient yourself.
That could have been very easily offensive pass interference.
I didn't see too much of the push, I suppose, but if Copes catches that, he's jogging into the end zone.
Oh yeah, if he catches it, it's touchdown Cougars.
4th and 14. Maybe the last play for the Cougars on offense. Freeze trying to throw. Colin Schreiber, nice catch for the first down. Did have Kinzer Newquist fighting with him, but you would probably prefer him to drop that pass at this point in the game and make some of the other key catches he
Missed
earlier. Freeze launching end zone. Jackson Hayes and hits him
Drops it.
in the place it really should be thrown at.
Or the place you really should catch it.
And really, I don't want to say how much. I mean, I'm not a quarterback, but I feel like you have those numerous passes that Freeze is putting on the mark that are being dropped, and it can't feel great. Knowing you're putting it on the mark. Freeze going to launch for Schreiber. Had his hands on it, but incomplete. Stops the clock at 3:37. 3rd and 10. Salthawks going to bring pressure. Freeze just trying to get out of there. There's going to be a hold on Gio McCall, but they're going to launch this into the end zone. And no call deep into the field, but certainly number 75 for the Cougars is going to be hit with a holding call here.
Yep.
I saw that from up here. Freeze was trying to run away, and Gio McCall was just holding his man as Freeze ran away.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard spot foul. Play 3rd down.
And, of course, the foul happened in the backfield and pretty far into the backfield. So that's going to make this a massive 3rd down as they are back now in their own territory. They have to reach the 23-yard line for a 1st down. And then Freeze going to launch it. And that one's going to be intercepted by number 17 of the Salthawks. Few men missing. Colin Schreiber missing. And he may still cutting up inside, finally taken down by Gio McCall. If he cut that maybe to the outside, wide side of the field, he may have been gone. But the interception is made.
First and 10, Hutchinson.
And really at that point, really wasn't much else you can do than just try and take shots down the field.
Looks like the Cougar stands are starting to empty, huh? With the score 42-17.
I don't know if you've heard this before, Charles, but there's always, you know what, never mind.
Okay. I think the
forgot my
song
line.
has already been sung.
I think so.
Hey, let's go, Cougars! Somebody step up and wrap up!
And we may have a mixture of starters and second string players there. Thompson's still in there, gonna keep it. Rumbling, bumbling, first down. And will finally be taken down.
First down, Hutchinson. Quarterback run number 8, Miles Thompson.
I feel like having your quarterback in the game at this point is, you're just asking for trouble at this point. These are the types of the game where your quarterback lands wrong or somebody lands on him, and
Right, it's the time where only bad things can happen. And it would be a time to give the backup some experience.
and even if your backup was terrible, you know, you'd want him in there more than probably your quarterback right now. It's going to be a handoff, and Cougar's going to drop that for a yard loss. Going to be Christian Walker on that carry. Zach Hogan coming off the field for the Salt Hawks. And we are just kind of biding our time here. 2 minutes, 8 seconds and counting. Still 15 on the play clock.
You know, we do got to pick an MVP.
Yes, we do. Man, a flag comes down and after snap may have like an illegal motion, may have had a player moving that shouldn't have been moving. Christian Walker only gets 2, however, but this seems to be, it's going to be on Salt Hawks. And this is the part where the officials go, "Do you got what I got?"
Legal formation, 5 men in the backfield on the offense. We have personal foul, face mask on the defense. Those penalties offset. We play second down.
And a couple offsetting penalties will have us replay the down, and just allows the Salt Hawks to get another down and burn some more clock. Salt Hawks can certainly probably take a victory formation here, assuming Cougars decide to not take any timeouts, as they still have all 3. Snap the ball with 1 on the play clock. And several Cougars,
Probably got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
including Trey Berlin, wrestles down.
Oh, maybe he's, looks like he got a yard, huh?
Brings up third down and
And really, they only need to snap it one more time, and we have a flag. Probably some words being said here. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and really, it sounds like their guys are jaunting at their own guys. And this may be on maybe Jarrett Pittenger, maybe? And they're going to say there's no flag, and I guess they're not going to throw a flag for a couple Cougars yelling at each other. 3rd and 9, Salt Hawks. I would call this the perhaps final play of the game. As the play clock or the game clock is now under 40, and we have another flag here. And this is going to be taken down by A.J. Johnson. Takes down Walker. And clock will stop at 30 seconds. More flags on the play.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty. Play second down.
Well, if anything, the officials are still treating this as a close game. Another illegal formation on the Salt Hawks. Saw a few of those on the South offense the first half of this game. But certainly, storyline of the game, 28 points unanswered in the second half by the Salt Hawks. And if you're Sam Sellers, can you just end this already?
Yeah.
Going to be 3rd down. Salina South selected to run the clock.
And I guess they could have elected to stop the clock on a penalty by the offense, but certainly have no reason to stop it at this point. And it looks like they may still have to run a play here. You certainly expect just a knee down, as they are currently in victory formation. And with that Miles Thompson knee, it'll take off the final 5 seconds of the game. Salt Hawks win this 42-17 over the Cougars. And we'll be back with post-game right after this.
Welcome to the post-game show. I'm here with Mr. Brent, and he is this week's RE/MAX Advantage Player of the Week. Looks like you guys had a tough game tonight.
We did. It was quite a big loss for us, honestly.
One thing that I noticed, though, is like near the end of the game when you went out and you guys were about to score, I think that was a big momentum changer right then.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, getting rode up on sucks, but we definitely should have scored right there. That was a really big momentum change, and after that, it was just all downhill after that.
Yeah, but I could say that first half you really had them. I mean, I was totally excited. I was up here cheering. You guys were, I couldn't even believe the score at halftime.
Yeah, before halftime, we were on a roll. I mean, a couple bad plays now and then, but mostly good plays.
Well, thank you, Brent, for being this week's MVP.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to the Salina Media Connection post-game show here with head coach Sam Sellers of the Cougars. Coach, really just a tale of two halves tonight. What was really the difference maker on the field, would you say, in your eyes?
Well, we can be an awfully good team at times, and we can be a not so good teams at times. And, you know, I really thought we'd come out at halftime up 3 and you know, get a big stop on 4th down there and have the ball in great field position, and then we don't come away with any points out of that. They score and go at 4, and then we drive down inside the 10 and don't come away with any points. And then, you know, we're just still fighting. Is just the when something goes wrong, we just hang our heads and we just got to keep fighting, because like I said, we can be awfully good, and then we can be the other way too.
You mentioned kind of that stop you guys had inside the inside, like around the 10-yard line. You lost Brant Cox. How important is he to this team?
I mean, he's, especially in our run game, it's big, and he's such a weapon for us. And you know, we just don't have the dynamic kid, you know, as a number 2 that we have there, and I think that also goes into the head hanging thing. I think when they see Brant's out, then it's kind of like, what are we going to do thing, and we just got to keep fighting.
You mentioned some of the good times. I mean, I saw some pretty good bright spots. I want to talk about Q Hill tracking down the running back. You have Tayon McDaniel had a great touchdown catch. You also had AJ Johnson with that incredible interception that I saw you just for going crazy about. What does it take to get all of those parts together in the next 2 games?
It's just consistency, and we've gotten better all year, and sometimes the scoreboard doesn't show that, but we've certainly in all phases of our game in each position group and all those things. But it's just the consistency. Like I said, and I keep saying this, we can be awfully good. I mean, we can look like one of the best teams in the state one play, and then the next play we're sabotaging ourselves, and it's just building that consistency and just keep fighting, and we're still. I mean, we're not super senior heavy. We have 10 seniors, and we're still having to rely on a lot of young kids for leadership, and when you do that, it makes those tough times hard because they're not used to the resiliency and fighting through things, but again, there's so much positive. It's just if we can find a way to eliminate the negative and get things on a roll there, and that's what we've kind of shown this year. We're just a big momentum team, and that's what the third quarter. If we get a score there to go up 10, and we're feeling great about ourselves, then I'd like to think that the score would be very different at the end of the game.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thanks, Colin.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
Papa John's is proud to provide this week's meal to the hardworking Friday night football crew at Community Access Television. While watching the big game, don't forget to order your freshly made pizza at papajohns.com.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.